All right, we will now transition into the topic of death taxes. 25, will John and Mary's estate have to pay death taxes? How many people think yes? How many people think no? Why do you think the estate won't have to pay tax?
Because the minimum now is up to 2 or 3 million.
All right, you're right on the beam. Her theory is that the minimum is $2 or $3 million. Well, the answer to this question, first of all, is no, there won't be a tax, but there could be if the estate were over the tax-free exemption, which it's not. The tax-free exemption is $2 million. So John and Mary's estate is safe. Actually, the tax exemption is the same for a married couple. It's already $2 million for a single person, and it stays that way for a married couple, contrary to popular belief. But you can increase the exemption for a married couple by having this very special subtrust added to your revocable living trust. It's the $4 million tax-exempt trust, which is option 8. If you build this in to your living trust and you have a larger estate and need to build it in, this will keep your estate non-taxable up to $4 million. I'm going to give you a little math problem that you'll help work out with me to show you how powerful this type of trust is when it comes to protecting a larger estate of a married couple only, from this huge death tax that can be devastating. Here's the math problem I told you I would give you. Let's play like John and Mary don't have a $900,000 estate, but instead they have a $3 million estate. So, let's say Mary dies. Will there be a tax at Mary's death? Well, the answer is really no. There is no tax at the death of a first spouse to die, provided that most of the estate transfers to the surviving spouse. Now, there's some exceptions to all of that, but I won't get into the details. So now Mary dies, no tax. John then is surviving, but he dies, let's say, in 6 months. How big will his estate be? $3 million. He's got the whole enchilada. How much will be exempt from taxation at his death? $2 million. How much is subject to tax, therefore? $1 million. What's the tax rate on $1 million? 38%? No? No, it's only 45%. This is a very onerous tax, but it doesn't attach until you have a larger estate. In John's situation, what would the tax bill be? No, it wasn't a 38. The tax would be $450,000. Woo. Now, how'd you like to spend $1,000 to save $450,000? That's how powerful this trust is. Used correctly by married couples with larger estates, you can double the exemption from $2 million to $4 million and save a lot of money from the IRS. Using this type of subtrust is critical for anybody that has a larger estate if you're married. So don't neglect it. Well, you've learned a lot about probate and you've learned a lot about death taxes. Do you think they're the same things? They aren't. But a lot of people do. They mix them together and think they're the same problem. Can you have one and not the other? Absolutely. Can you have both? And a lot of people, maybe 70%, do. Can you have neither? Yes. And that's one of our big goals, is to avoid both court and IRS issues in the event of death. Now we're going to transition into another topic